Hello, everyone. I'm sitting on my couch crying. Oh, oh my gosh. I'm gonna read you my journal. I just had, my heart is beating so fast right now. And I've been, crying and just, thanking God. But tonight, I came across something that is this is gonna change my life. It's gonna change my life. I can hardly hold it together, but I was just thanking God and for just everything that He's done for me. And I ask for little signs and I keep getting them. On this podcast coming home from work, it was this meditation thing. I wasn't listening to the meditation, but that's the type of stuff. It's Neville Goddard stuff. And he was like, you are going to get $110 million. And he was like, don't question, don't ask why, just believe it. And I was like, oh, I don't know. Did I buy a lotto ticket? Anyway, it was 1 minute before I came in the house, I heard that. And after I had parked my car and everything. And so I came in and I get home around 6 or 6:30 in the morning. That's when the stock market opens at 6:30 here in Washington. I'm sorry, you guys. I've been up, right now, I've been up for over 24 hours. That's what I've been doing. I've been working 12-hour shifts, and then I have to raise my kid, I have to get her from school, take her to golf practice, just all the things with teenagers. And in between that, I've been teaching myself how to trade, learning on YouTube. And I started out with Tori Trades because I was like, that's cool, a woman trader, and she's young. She's as young as my oldest daughter. And so I thought that's really cool. So I joined her group and I learned a lot from her, but there's some things that I was just still curious about. And with my background of coming from Jehovah's Witness cult, I just don't ever want to be held back from looking and trying to find my own answers, that's really important to me. I love researching things. Oh my gosh, I'm going to read you guys my diary. I don't even know if I'll ever post this, but oh my gosh. Okay, so tonight at work, I came in and an hour later, I got left on my own. My coworker, she was sick. And so I was actually at a point where I was at in the shift of filling up the ship. I have already taken care of all this stuff. I had already gone out to the ship, gave them their numbers, talked to the captain, all that good stuff. And so my job was already done, pretty much, except for a lot of my job is watching people and making sure things are, streamlined and organized and making sure people are doing their job. That's pretty much it. So she got sick, and then I sat there and I was just thinking how easy it is. I was watching a trade on my phone that I placed 2 days ago. I'm like, what is going on with this thing? Is it ever going to, I think I placed it 2 days ago. Yeah, on Friday. I placed it on Friday and held it all through the weekend. So I'm talking to you this morning on, this is Monday morning, and I love Monday morning open on the stock market. And using the method that I learned from Tori Trades and from Trades with Sai, I was able to put it all together, and like, I just had the biggest epiphany. Like, I actually freaking get it. Like, I actually get it. And so, yeah, I came home after work. It was like, I was here at 6:30, right when the stock market opened. And things were like moving, like really moving. And I have three things I like to watch. I like to watch MNQ, which is NASDAQ. I like to watch MES. These are just micro futures contracts of like the S&P, NASDAQ, and then I also like gold. And you can buy like a micro of gold. So it's like 1/10 of the price. So it's good for like beginners, you know, and you can have as many contracts as you want. But I just wanted to try this method with one contract, but then all of these three instruments were popping off. And so usually I would just only get into one trade, but I'm like, I'm going to get into three because they're all ready. And I like to only take longs. And I'm going to tell you why. It's part of my strategy that I'm kind of developing, but I'm going to read this to you. After I wrote this morning, I just broke down and cried. I don't have my glasses. Oh, there they are. Okay. So I said my coworker went home. I took over the ship MC because I work in a control room. The stevedoring, which is going out to the ship. And I'm also a lead worker, so I have a team. I'm supposed to be the lead there with 3 workers, but I'm just usually the lead and I have a position, which is fine. It's usually not a big deal. Sometimes it is, but we get by. But tonight, there was 2, there was 2 people technically gone. We had 2 of us, which I told my boss is fine. I'm not going to call anybody in at 8 o'clock at night if I don't have to. So, and then I sat there at the blending desk, and I'm like, this is so much like trading. Like the way machinery works, the way computers work, the way things flow, It's because I work at a grain elevator, and we load Panamax ships. That's what I've been doing. I started out as a janitor. I'll tell you that story later if you want to hear it. But yeah, now I'm, in charge on the night shift, and I'm in charge of the ship crew, like the foreman and the crew, and then the house crew, the foreman and the crew. So, but I'm not super bossy, but I mean, it is a responsibility. But okay. Anyway, so today I was there. Yeah, it was just, it was interesting. I've done it before too, but it's kind of rare to have to do that. So, okay, so what did I say? Oh, okay. I said I'm in 3 trades. This is the first time ever I saw the opportunity and I took it. I'm green on all of them. This is God speaking to you, L. Sometimes this comes through when I start writing. If you guys have not read The Artist's Way, you won't get it. Because there's something about it when you get like halfway through writing, like God would start to like speak to me. Like I would hear the message and I would just write it out. And this is what he said. It says, this is God speaking to you, L. You've made your own strategy using Tori and Sai, because trades with Sai, I really like that guy. I love his story. I can relate to him, even though I'm old enough to be his mom. I'll tell you more about that later, but and then God says, this is yours to use. This is how you will escape the golden handcuffs to a life of ease and luxury. Luxury to enjoy life, to help others, and to fully live your purpose. I wrote this when I was at work, because sometimes, I'm there, and sometimes I'll write a little couple notes, I said, and then God says, there's plenty enough for you and your family and an overflow. I blessed you so that you can bless others. I'm proud of the way that you have stewarded your life and your money. That's why I'm entrusting you with more. And then said, I love you, thank you. This is still God speaking to me. I love you, thank you. And then he said, Sai's the one who, he said, start recording your journey. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I've recorded so many things, and I've never recorded like this in the moment. I probably should do that more, but God said, I love you. And he's telling me, thank you. He says, now bless your family and more families to find freedom and peace. Because for me, like, escaping a cult, like, it costs money, because you're starting over with like nobody. Everybody leaves you. So you're on your own. So you have to have money, and that's why it's so important for us to make money and figure it out. Okay, and then this is when I got home, and I was like, oh my gosh, after those 3 trades, I got into 3 more trades, which normally I don't do. Normally I will wait, but it was just so clear. I'm like, how can I not take this? I'm not gonna wait, and I'm not gonna limit myself because it's right in front of me. So tonight I'm recording this for, oh wow, oh this is so crazy, oh my God. Okay, this is crazy, but this is God. This is how God works. Can you see this? Okay. Oh, I don't know how to get that. But anyway, I have 2 contracts here that I'm up in right now. I'm still in them. There's one of them right there. And, let's see. Oh, I don't know if it'll work now. Okay, I have to sign back in. Anyway, I think I took like maybe 6 trades, and I won every single one of them. And I took them on 3 different instruments because I saw there was longs. And so here's what I wrote. Okay, I'll put you back here. Okay, here's what I wrote. This is my strategy. This is how I did that. I went from the monthly to see the whole market trend. Like, yeah, I go long because our market is trending bullish. So why would I go short? I'm just gonna wait. So I'll tell you why. So I went from the monthly time frame to the weekly to the daily, all the way down to the 1 minute. If a 1 minute is a buy, then we buy using price and structure. I'm only oh shoot, I'm on the couch. I only buy longs. I only buy. I think of myself as the buyer because I'm trying to always imagine, like, how does this even work? So I'm imagining myself as the buyer. Wall Street is the seller. It's okay that they're the seller. I just follow them. They sell like crazy. They sell to collect all of our money so that they'll have more to buy it all up again. So I jump in when people are confused. They're like, oh my gosh, what the heck? Have you ever seen a candle just take everybody out like that? And people are just like, confused, right? Like, what the hell just happened? So I follow Wall Street to the top. When everybody's confused and they just got taken out, that's when I jump in. I follow Wall Street to the top, okay? If you're imagining this. I follow them, and actually they'll pay you. They'll pay me to join in them in the buys. They like that because I said to drive price even higher for the next sale, right? The next correction, the next time they take everybody else out again. Because Wall Street isn't there to give away money. They're there to take your money. So you have to learn how they think. And when you know how they think, then you just follow what they do. You jump in when it's time because you know what they're going to do. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy, you guys. This is so insane that I actually figured this out. This is crazy. Because you're actually just following price. You're not using any crazy thing. I don't know. Maybe it was a fluke tonight. We'll see, okay? Because this isn't even with real money. That's another thing I want to tell you guys about me funding my account. I funded it with $10,000 the other day. This is coming from a girl that used to be a shopaholic, and I was always told that I was bad with money and that I shouldn't have money, and money was evil if you had too much. So for me to deposit that money into my brokerage account, that's a whole other story because even that is kind of insane. Anyway, okay, so basically we're going to follow Wall Street to the top. And then I said, so they just set the price and all you have to do is be ready. Part of my strategy is placing longs only. I made $560 on a Monday, starting, it took me about 1 hour. 1 hour to make $560. That's with one contract. Can you imagine? Times 10, 5,600. That's crazy. That's amazing. That's God. That's God working, I'm telling you. So I said, scale through. If it's a buy, we take longs. Oh, I need my glasses. Scale through. If it's a buy, we take longs because we're going to scale all the way through. I don't know. That's just kind of what I did tonight. It just it came to me. I have never really done that before, but size method is you start on the 1 hour. And then when you see a correction, then you zoom in on the 15-minute, and then you can see it. You wait for it to correct, and when it comes back to that place, to that line, that's when you jump in on a buy. He does it both ways, buy and sell. I just think of it like, I don't know, I just want it to be, if it's a bear market, yeah, we're gonna sell. But if I start in that monthly time frame and it's like, you can tell it's a bullish market. So why would I sell? Why would anybody sell? Look for the buys. That's where we're going. That's the overall trend right now. But when it is bearish, I will place shorts. No problem. Okay, so I said, this is so easy. I can't even believe this. I have an unlimited potential. This is so simple. Anyone can do this. Anyone. I'm going to teach my kids. I'm going to teach anyone on YouTube. And I will go to cans. Okay, I'll show you. Well, I'll just show you now this picture that I got the other day. But I'm like, where is this picture taken from? Because it's so beautiful. I want to go there someday. Okay, here's the picture. And I've just been looking at it because it's across from my, it's across from my couch. And isn't it beautiful? And then I was looking and it's like, ChatGPT, I sent a picture and they said it's probably from cans. Oh, can you see me? Okay, there we go. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry, but this is like an in the moment video and this like just came to me. It's just such a wild thing. Okay. So, and I'll go to Cairns and I'll go to Germany to see Sophie, my friend. Oh my gosh, I miss her so much. Her Instagram is What's Good Nutrition. She is like, she's so cool. I met her through a women's business group, and we're gonna have a retreat next month, and she's not here. Sophie's not here. I'm like, oh, it won't be the same without you. Maybe we can have a retreat in Europe. You know, I was talking to her actually yesterday. And so, oh, that'd be so nice. Anyway, okay, now I'm daydreaming. Oh, and hiking with my friend Anna in Poland. She has a hiking group that she's friends with. She's an ex-Jehovah's Witness cult survivor, thriver. She's incredible, amazing. And so I hope to see her. And I said, we'll have a retreat fully paid for. All of the best half group, I had a group of 11 ladies that they paid $300 for the year to be a part of my women's group for ex-Jehovah's Witness women. And so I made a whole website for it, everything. But now, after 1 year, I closed it down because I couldn't give it the full attention because I was so in on trading that I just couldn't give it. I didn't have any more of myself to give, you know, and I really wanted to learn this stuff. And so I said, everybody just cancel your membership or stop paying me, you know, and this group is free from now on. I said, I'm not going to be in here much right now because I have to learn this, but I will be checking in, you know, and I'll be on YouTube. So that's what I had to do because you only have so much time in the day, right? So I said, we'll have a retreat that's fully paid for. All of the best half group of 10 ladies. My Facebook close friends will be there too. Even Nikki, my friend that I started my first ex-Jehovah's Witness Facebook group with. Oh, I love her. It says even Nikki, 100% and it will be like completely free is what I'm saying. It would be completely free because I'm such a profitable 7-figure trader with $33 million net worth. And I'm making $3 million per year, living in a Malibu beach house filled with art and an olive tree in the middle. Like actually in the house, I want an olive tree. And I want it to have like this window, like, what do they call that? Like terrarium? And I want it to have like a bench around it. So I can sit there with like a couch, like a custom couch or something. And then I could write, and then the ocean would be here, and I would look out at the ocean, and then I'd have my tree, and I just think that'd be so cool. This has been in my imagination for probably 4 years, probably 3 years. I think 3 years ago, because I read this book, highly recommend it, highly, by Jack Canfield. He's a co-author of Chicken Soup with a Soul. So Jack Canfield, it's called The Success Principles. And if you want me to one day, I can do a book review, but basically that book will change your life. It will change your life. Like, no doubt, guaranteed, but you have to read it and do the work. So when I read that book and I did the work, it took me like 6 months to do all of it. But I did all of it. And one of the things that he said is like, write on a card, like, what would you, like, all the things of like how you would imagine your ideal life. And then some of the things he's like, okay, now why don't you 10 times that? He goes, and then he's like, and then why don't you 10 times it again? Or something like that, to where it's like, yeah, you have a dream, but like make it even bigger. Because it just, like, it expands everything. When you start thinking like that, it really expands everything. And that's how I was able to find this strategy, I think. And just all the things, like, everything that's happened in my life was supposed to happen. And there's a lot of stories. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, oh, okay. And it's going to have an olive tree in the middle. That was from Jack Canfield book. This whole thing I'm reading right now, all the way from the $33 million down to the, I said it looks like a quirky and artsy, modern, cozy house on the Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu. I parked my white Volvo with blue interior. I'm so blessed to be able to bless others. This isn't just for me. No. I've been called to do this work. I told you, right? When I read The Artist's Way and God spoke to me, he put trading on my heart. And it was when I did the work of The Artist's Way, all of a sudden I knew that I could trade, because there is an art to things. And I know how good I am at my job at work with blending. I blend grain, and I like doing it. I liked it. It is actually, like, it's challenging, and I love that. I love to have a challenge. Like, okay, we're going to figure this out, and keep trying, and then you tweak this and do this. And, it's become like, after 10 years of blending grain, I really enjoy it. And so I started to look at trading like that. And then, all this stuff that I learned from Tory Trades, and then learning from Sai was just like the cherry on top. Like, his method is insane. It's actually insane. And so that's what I did tonight. I just won 6 trades, you guys, in like a little over an hour. I made $600. That's with one contract. Remember that. The stuff you can always build up, But I have to trade only one, because I need to get, I need to get more, like, into my account. So yeah, after I funded I had to actually withdraw money from stocks. I learned how to pick stocks, and in a year, on one of my stock accounts, I made 38% for the year. And I thought, and I'm looking at my other accounts from work that say like 10%, 8%. And I'm like, what the F? Like, I can make 38% because I know how to read charts. That's amazing. So I ended up selling some of those stocks the other day in order to fund my account, and it made me sick to my stomach. Like, it was just, it felt terrible. Oh my gosh. But Because really what that means is like if I'm taking my money out of the long-term stocks and I am putting it in a brokerage account where I am going to start actual, live trading, then that means it's on me, right? I mean, it all is, but it's just more interactive and it's more volatile. So I didn't feel comfortable about that until actually tonight. Well, this morning. Oh my gosh, I have to go to bed. But this is what I do when I get home from work. I trade, and yeah. I've just been doing a lot. But the thing is with trading, it's so interesting to me that I never get bored of it. It's like all I can think about. I'm a little bit obsessed. Because I just want to figure it out. It's like the coolest puzzle. But like if you figure it out, then there's like, it's like the treasure, Like if you search for it and you try to figure it out, like it's going to be insane how your life can change. And I'm not sure how this will go. And I don't even know if I'll ever post this video. I want to. Yeah, there's a lot of times I don't want to post them. I'm like, oh. Think, oh no, I didn't like that. But then the message is so good. It's like, well, whatever. If they don't like it, they don't have to watch it. And people have unsubscribed from me after I kind of started talking about money, and that's cool. Because I think that's the cool thing about YouTube. We can find somebody that sort of speaks our language, and we can find something in common, and it's very cool. We don't all have to like the same things or the same people or any of that stuff. If we do, it's cool, but if we don't, it's fine too. I'm having lemonade. Yeah, lemonade. I probably should have more water. But, wow, what a night. I was in tears. I'll never forget this day, ever. And especially now, since I'm doing the video, I'm telling you, tracking your life. Tracking your life. Look at this. My laptop died. And so this is how I would do. I like journaling my trades. I took a break and retest. I waited for it. Oh, I waited for it to go up in profit $160 and then I didn't take it. I would do that. I'm like, I would wait and like it would get so high and then I'm like, oh no, it's got to go higher. And I wouldn't take profit. And then I would just end up losing it all. I did a lot of silly things. This is when I was learning about all these different things, but this has been my whole book. I started this journal when I started trading, and because this is what I did at work. When at work, I taught myself how to blend grain. I was taught a little bit, but I was also an inspector for many years, and so I knew how to inspect grain. So I had a good eye for things, what they wanted, and I could tell it was a number 3 by looking at it. I don't have to do all the craziness sometimes, but yeah. Anyway, that's another story. But when I started, I came from being an inspector to this job, and I got myself a little notebook. It's a little gray notebook, and I wrote down all these little things. And then when I would take that to work with me every day for years, and then one summer we were shut down, and I thought, I'm going to compile that whole book, because it's so hard to find things, into like a digital style on OneNote we use for work. And I compiled a whole tabs of all these different all the different jobs, all the different like tricks and all this stuff, you know, that you might forget, and then it would be there for you. But anyways, that book, I still have it, and I really did transfer it all over digital, but I'll probably end up doing the same thing with this, because it shows like where I was at the very beginning. When I placed a trade, I didn't even know what it meant when as soon as you place it, you know, the arrow will, and I'm like, does that mean I'm going up? Or does that, I mean, duh, of course, but it's like, I don't get it. Okay, so it's red for buy, wait, is it red? No, blue for buys, red for sells. Anyway, it was like so confusing. And then I would enter trades, and then I was already like minus $5. I'm like, how did that happen? Like, I just literally just pushed the button. Anyway, little stuff like that I wrote down in here because that's where I was at. And so I want to be able to go back to that, and especially if I'm going to tell you my experience and just take you along for the ride, then, you know, I have this book from the very start, and then, you know, you got to hear what I wrote tonight, this morning, whatever. So yeah. Okay. I rambled a lot, but I really had to. Oh, and by the way, if you're staying till the end, I had a wonderful time in Reno with my aunts and my cousins and my family. It was really nice. Really nice. And I'm so happy to be back home safe, but there's something about getting away, even if it's for a couple of days, to really get you out of like your routine. It just feels so good when you go back home or back to your routine. It's just, you like appreciate it more. It's like, oh, I'm so happy to be home, you know? It's nice. But yeah, thanks for listening. Yeah, I had a couple tears. Hey, if you're here till the very, very end, shout out to my friend that's like a son to me, Noah. I'm so proud of you. I talked to him today, and I said, man, you know what? Like, now I was his coach. Like, he paid me to be his coach, and now he's, you know, I'm not coaching in my business anymore. I'm just trading. I've turned it into a trading business. And so we talk like on the phone, and it's really nice. I'm happy to be a part of his life, and I think that we came into each other's lives at the right time. And I've had other clients too, you know, lots of other clients, but there's a few that have, you know, their relationship it's more than just a client, you know? Yeah. Because, you know, you find those special people sometimes, and they come in at the right time, and it's really nice. It's really wonderful, you know, and especially because the Jehovah's Witnesses said that, you know, we'd never have that. We would never, you know, we could never meet anybody good outside the religion. Like, are you effing kidding me? Are you actually being serious right now? It's like the most stupid thing people could say. And how could you say? How could you even say that? Like, the worst things that have ever happened to me inside of that cult. And that's why I'm here. I've been given a purpose by God to show you, like, just to take you along. If you go back in my very first video, it's my very first video. I was inspired by Dodash here on YouTube. I love YouTube. I've been watching YouTube since I don't know, I got hooked on in 2009. And I would watch like makeup videos, and there was this real nice lady from South Carolina I used to watch, and my little girl would fall asleep to her voice because it was just so sweet. Like, she had such a soothing voice. And I would just, even now I could listen to her. And even though she's just talking about makeup and clothes, you know, but she was so sweet. And I got hooked on YouTube. And so when I found Dodash, she was like, you have to go watch her videos. She's like, girl, if you're over 50 or 40 or something, she's like, you need to get your ass on YouTube. And it was like that video, like when I found it, she was cracking me up. Oh, and that's another thing. She was talking about those nasty ass potlucks at your work, you getting sick. Guess who got sick last night? Because guess what? I read the email. They had a barbecue while I was gone. Well, I was gone for like 11 days. And I read the email, oh, there's leftovers in the fridge. So I grabbed myself some leftovers. And then I sat down to read the rest of the emails. And guess what? I got sick. Dodash. She would be cracking up if she heard this right now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I didn't go to work the night before. Somebody had to come in for me. Anyway, it's all good. That's what I told my coworker tonight. I'm like, if you don't feel good, like, you should probably go. I said, this place is going to be fine. Don't worry about it. If you don't take care of yourself and speak up for yourself, nobody's going to do it for you. You have to put yourself first, especially when it comes to health. It's like we're playing the long game. We're not going for these like firecracker bursts, you know, like me not sleeping. It's not good. Like the whole thing, it's just not good. I don't want to work night shift. I also don't want to switch back and forth between day shift, night shift, and that's not possible at my work. So, I love my job. I do. I love it. I think I do a great job. I do pretty good. I don't know. Sometimes it's weird being the lead because it's like, am I doing my job? Because it feels kind of easy. Maybe I'm not doing everything. I don't know. As long as my boss is happy, I don't know. Oh my gosh, 43 minutes. These are unedited, so sorry. If I do post this, this is just me. Wow, this is a really, really, really big day. A day that I'll never forget. I hope I meet Sai someday. Yeah, and I hope I meet Tori someday. And I hope that all of these dreams come true. Because I believe they will. I do. I really believe they will. Because I can see it. I can see it now. And, you know, some people are afraid of like bigger numbers, but I'm not really afraid of it because loading ships, I'm loading, how much is it? How much can we fit in all of our, okay, in a ship, probably 100, it's about 150 million pounds. So each ship is like 50 to 70 plus metric tons. It's a lot of product, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of machinery, it's everything, labor. I used to do some of the help with that, you know, that sort of office stuff. And it's like a lot of zeros. You know, it's a big, big, big product, or a big buy, right? So I'm not really afraid of big numbers. It's just zeros. It's like their light bill comes the same way that your light bill comes. It's just bigger. It just has more numbers. And so, yeah. Yep. Okay. Well, I've talked long enough, but that's the summary of what I wanted to tell you. And yeah, I'm like, now I've like talked it all out and I'm like speechless. All right. This is gonna work. I just know it will. Bye, everyone.